ReviewTechUSA is going through some stuff, guys. Like, I can't even try to be funny or laugh here, but it's sad to see. I'm not trying to kick Rich in the nuts while he's down, but this guy is going through a huge mental crisis right now. And it all stems from a few weeks back when he let go of his editor, Jay Hooft, who, full disclosure, one of my close buddies. Love the guy. We talk almost on a near daily basis. He let Jay go as his editor, and that's fine. In the real world, there's nothing wrong with cutting expenses if you're an employer, letting go of people. It happens, especially in today's economy. That's not the argument here, but a lot of people seem to be getting it twisted that the problem is that he let JKB go as the editor. That's not the problem. If you watched my last video, I talked about a Facebook post that Rich posted on his private Facebook, but it was leaked out onto the internet. It was on Twitter and Discord when I woke up that morning, and I made a video going over what was going on because this was news to me. If you didn't watch that video, I'm going to leave it in the pinned comment down below. It was news to me that ReviewTechUSA was acting one way in private, but in public, he was acting like everything was good to go with JKB, that they were the best of friends, that they were mutually splitting apart, and that they would be working together once in a while and collabing and going on each other's channels. So on the surface level, everything seemed like it was A-okay, that it was good to go. But behind the scenes, he was posting stuff about Jay, literally calling him a parasite. Exact words, parasite, mocking his situation, mocking that he needed rent, talking about the PC, and Rich hides behind this, oh, it didn't even have his name thing. I'm sorry, man. You are a grown adult. You are like, what, 8, 10 years, maybe more older than me, and maybe older than Jay, and you're using social media to passively aggressive mock somebody, and you get upset as a public figure, even though it's a private Facebook account. You got upset as a public figure that somebody aired your dirty laundry out there, to the point where he went on video and accused me of being the leaker.
I'm not even going to go on Twitter. Let people take my private messages on Facebook, 8-Bit Eric, and leak them.
When I woke up and saw it in the Discord and was in real time interacting with it, decided to make a video because Jay's my friend. Now, Rich did apologize. He sent me some DMs. I'm not going to go into the business of leaking this, but initially he was coming at me mad, pissed off, saying, why are you leaking private Facebook info? And I was like, dude, I didn't. It was already on the internet. Jay posted it in his Discord. Other people had it posted in there. They're talking about it. I made the video to defend my friend because that's what human nature is. That's what humans do. They want to defend the people that they care about. He put a meh, okay, as a response. Then later, after him and Jay had a phone call, he apologized to me, saying that I was good and that, you know, they came to an understanding and everything was fine. So I was going to leave the situation at that. I was going to be like, okay, they made up, they're good, everything's cool again. Well, yesterday, JKB posted a tweet and he essentially revealed that everything is not okay. That, in fact, ReviewTech sent him a whole bunch of messages that were, as he described, terrible. So you can see right here on the initial top tweet, I want to say that yesterday Rich sent me a bunch of really terrible audio messages, which is unfortunate to hear, that made it clear how he feels. I am done. I can't deal with the nonsense anymore. I've been worried about how this would look for him. I didn't want to have to say anything again, but I am done trying to help him. And that's one of the things that I was personally told by Jay himself, is that he didn't want to be responsible for being the one to essentially kill Rich's reputation online. Well, he necessarily didn't have to do that. Rich is doing more than enough of doing that, unfortunately. And again, it's attributed to whatever mental situation that ReviewTech is going on this end. So Jay put a follow-up tweet saying that he wasn't going to play the audio or leak it or anything like that. He said, let Rich do it on his show, that he's done. This is unfortunate, man. And I had to say a response on Twitter last night because this is something that I'm seeing just like you guys. A real friend, and I said this in a tweet, a real friend wouldn't want things to look good in public, right? Just to protect themselves, but behind the scenes, being completely different. Not cool. You are way too kind, playing nice, and pretend in person. Don't let this get you down, dude. And that is facts right there. It seemed like Rich wanted behind the scenes to be berating him, shit talking him, mocking him, whether Jay was aware of it or not. That's why he got upset about the private Facebook. He's like, wow, who leaked my private Facebook? That's fucked up. And he went on this witch hunt that included coming after me and trying to start at me. Now, yeah, he did apologize, but his apology means nothing now to me, to Jay, to anybody, because of how he acted on his stream last night in response to these two tweets that you've seen from Jay Hooft. And yeah, forgive me. This is going to be a long video because I'm going to sit here and react to Rich's thing and just give my reaction and my thoughts to what's going on. Honestly, the whole situation is a fucking mess. And in my opinion, it's because of Rich. He could have just shut up. He didn't have to post a status on Facebook that got leaked. And he needed to realize that he had people on there that probably run channels that make content about ReviewTech, that are Clipper channels that live for this drama. And speaking of, one of them that I'm using this footage from, because they clipped and they went through the process of clipping this thing, is Snort Hogan. So, yeah, let me pull this up. All right, so I pulled up this video that Snort Hogan has uploaded called ReviewTechUSA Unhinged Meltdown over Jay tweeting about him being a scumbag. So this happened in real time last night on ReviewTech stream. And he says a lot of things. And the question that I want to ask is, these guys have been together for 6 years. Where's all this venom coming from? You're going to see, he says some extremely hateful stuff, which, of course, it's reactionary. But if you consider yourself somebody that was close to somebody for 6 years and you have this much venom, you've been pinting it up for quite some time. So let's listen.
Guys, I'm going to have to make this up on a different day and have a discussion with someone. I'll do an extra hour and a half. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what, then? Since it's out there, you know what, Jay? I'll play the messages. Here.
So he's seeing Jay's tweet in real time, and he's saying, you know what, since it's out there, since you tweeted that there's terrible messages, I'll play the messages. So he's essentially thinking he's playing a game of chess with Jay at this time. And I'm going to be honest, I know what he's going with this. He's thinking he's going to get ahead of the story by leaking the audio. It's not going to work. I think this makes him look incredibly unhinged. I think it makes him look unstable. It's a complete meltdown. And now he's going through his messages, trying to pull it up.
Not playing.
Yep.
Let's go. Why is it on Bluetooth? What Bluetooth are you on?
You know something? What's funny is, I'm going to formulate my thoughts here because I've been thinking about it for a while. All the goodwill, all the things that I did,
So
even when you didn't ask me, gave you extra money, gave you different things.
I'm not going to hide it.
Like, say, if I had an extra whatever, even you could go into the computer if you really want to go into it. I may have brought this up before. I think.
So he's basically saying, oh, all the good things I did for you, all this and that. Keep that, hang that thought up real quick, because I'm going to come back to that in a minute.
I did. Okay, I gave it to you for work, but things changed. It's not for work. You got the computer. Do you realize how much damage you not getting a $500 when you've gotten so much extra for me throughout the years? And when there were a couple times I wanted to...
You've gotten so much extra for me, blah, blah, blah. So somebody that's essentially every good deed that you do for them, they're going to hold it over your head, whether you're a friend or not. If I worked with somebody for 6 years, I'm not going to remember that I gave them a fucking 10 spot, a 20 spot, a 100 spot, or a fucking soda, or bought them lunch, or did something nice to them. That's kind of a douchey thing to do.
Break ties because I was like, look, man, I could just do this. And you came back at me with a much lower monthly price. That's on you. But
so they're saying, again, the only reason why a lot of this private stuff is out is because Rich is the one that's revealing it. Like just now, that's another point that he pointed out, that a while back, Rich was trying to get rid of Jay and would be like, hey, I don't need you anymore. I could just do this. An editor's not needed. The work's not there. And that Jay counteroffered with a lower rate. Like, hey, dude, I just need some money. I could do it for a lower price. Rich agreed to it. Nobody needed to know any of that. But the reason why stuff like that comes out is because Rich speaks. Like, Jay Hooft literally was the only one staying silent about all of this. Not going into detail about stuff, not leaking audio, not having these weird tirades on stream. If you watch any of his streams, he's the one saying, hey, me and Rich, we're moving forward. We're just going to kind of be separate, blah, blah, blah. Like, not even going into detail. Not saying ReviewTech is sending me messages that are fucked up and accusing my friends of leaking stuff. It's all Rich. Like, he lives for this drama, guys. He lives for this shit.
you stayed with me for almost 6 years, dude. 6 years. And one fallout.
So he stayed with me over 6 years, one fallout. So basically, he's going to say all it took was one fallout to do all the damage. No, dude. All it took was one fallout for you to do all the damage.
Jay, you know something?
Here we go. Here we go.
What are you going to say now?
What are you going to say
There's a
now
lot of,
to what? That 10-second clip? Now, look, this is already putting one foot in the grave, in my opinion, because this does not look good. Now, could you say that this audio was terrible, like Jay Hoof said? That's subjective. You know, in my opinion, the reason what makes it terrible, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself, we haven't played all the audio. The thing that makes this terrible is that, according to both of these guys, they met a mutual understanding. They talked to each other. ReviewTech said he apologized and that they were good to go moving forward. Evidently, they aren't, and you're going to see that they aren't with how much venom Rich has.
Character, take the bait. Jay put it. That's not bait.
And you're going to see right here, people in this chat are telling him that he's in the wrong, and he's going to refuse to admit it. Even people in this chat.
The fact that Jay, what else do I need to say? The fact that those were DMs that I left him, and they weren't pleasant, I'll be the first to admit it, but those were DMs, voice messages left in there. It says everything it proves the other stuff about the other stuff that was said.
So it proves the other stuff about the other stuff that was said. So he's probably referring to the Facebook post that he got mad that leaked and he tried to accuse me for. Again, Rich is the one that sent those DMs in the voicemails, inside of Jay's tweets or whatever it was, the private messages that he just leaked, this audio. Jay didn't leak this audio. Jay didn't post this audio. Jay didn't go into detail. He just said, Rich sent me some terrible voice messages and that he wasn't going to leak them, that he wasn't going to play them, and that he was done moving forward. ReviewTech, My dude, you're the one that has escalated all of this. You're the one that just aired your dirty laundry out yourself. You keep doing it to yourself and pointing the finger at everyone but you. And I'm sorry, and I'm going to coin this phrase because I saw it in my my comment section. Rich, you are going full DSP now. You have watched DarkSidePhil so much that you are now acting like DarkSidePhil. You're claiming that you have done nothing wrong at this point. You're the one that posted the private messages about your longtime editor / friend, calling him a parasite. You're the one airing these voice messages. It's like you're losing it, buddy. You're losing it.
Jay, that was nowhere except between you and I.
Yeah, it was nowhere except between you and I, and you just leaked it. Jay could say, hey, I'm done with Rich. He sent me messages that I didn't like. He can say that all he wants. That's not airing it out. It's like you want to have this clean, squeaky clean persona in front of everybody publicly, but behind the scenes, you're fucking unhinged. By the way, he deleted everybody off of Facebook because he couldn't find who the leaker was, but he publicly said it was me. Oh, here he goes. He's going to play more. So he's fumbling through his phone, trying to find these messages. Obviously, he's skipping a lot of other messages from Jay and himself. There's probably a bit of a banter or back and forth, which is, it's none of our business, but I'm reacting to what Rich has put out publicly. He put this out publicly. He stopped his stream to do this.
Respectfully, go fuck myself. For DMs that were supposed between you and I. Dude, I got to go right now, guys.
Look at this.
Go.
Complete meltdown right now.
Go. Jay, you are a lazy fucking bum.
Wow. A lazy fucking bum. So you worked with somebody for 6 years, and just because you're angry with them, you're going to call them a lazy bum. And quick note, because he's going to go on to say a couple of examples that make Jay lazy, according to him. He worked with Jay for 6 years. You don't employ somebody for 6 years if they're lazy. He's only going to refer to recent shit. And he's going to catch himself in that too. So just watch.
Okay? You did things. Now it's all out there. Let's go. Let's fucking go now. With DMs that I left you. Let's go.
He didn't air the DMs.
You want to be honest out? You want to be real fucking honest right now? You know things that bothered me, Jay?
Here we go.
There was someone who was a fan of the show, and there were things that I noticed throughout time where, and I didn't say this to you, but it bothered me a lot, where they sent you Melanie Mac saying something stupid, and you got nasty with them.
What does this have to do with any of the situation with you and Jay having a disagreement over money? Whatever way that ReviewTech could do it, he will always cry about Melanie Mac. 90-pound girl that is 5'2" hurts this big man so fucking much with words that he has to find a way to squeeze it in somehow. And whether Jay interacted with another individual about Melanie Mac or something that she said has nothing to do with you posting your stuff on Facebook and it leaking and you leaking this audio DMs right now. You are grasping for everything ReviewTechUSA's.
And you never apologize for getting unnecessarily nasty. Saw that one.
Why would he have to apologize to you?
Years to do shorts.
Why would he have to apologize to you for an interaction he had with somebody else? You literally just minutes ago said the DMs that contain the audio that you're leaking right now were between you and Jay. Well, that interaction between the fan and Jay was between them, not you. He shouldn't have to fucking apologize to you for interaction that he has with somebody else.
Not years with the shorts. A while.
So he just said Jay didn't want to do shorts, that he was on his ass for years. And now he just admitted, okay, not years, because shorts just came out like the last year or two. It's only been a little bit. All right.
You didn't. I asked you to do clips for live streams because there's a lot of downtime where we weren't uploading anything. You guys have the receipts. My channel is proof of that. You said, I'd rather quit than do that. I have no interest in that.
So that's something else that he's airing out. Again, reminder, everything that's private that has come out has been aired out by Rich himself. Jay didn't mention this whole situation with the clips. He didn't mention the situation with the DMs regarding Melanie Mac or whatever. He didn't mention the leak, like he didn't leak out any of that crap. All this private stuff that's coming out is because of you. You're the one literally digging your hole, and it's not a gotcha against Jay. You saying that he needed to apologize to you for his interaction with that fan is not a gotcha. It looks like you being a narcissist demanding that every interaction Jay has with somebody, he has to get your approval for it. Sorry, bucko. It's not how life works. Now, this thing right here talking about how him not wanting to do clips that he said he would rather die. Jay has this dark side of humor. He probably was being super sarcastic when he said that. But at the same time, that's between y'all. You're the one bringing it up. If he didn't want to do the clips or whatever, you should have been, you want to throw this employer title around, you should have been the employer in order for him to do it. Now, there's two sides to every story. Jay hasn't leaked his side to this. You're the one leaking, so I'm going to react to it. If he said no and you're the one paying him, that's between y'all. And if you insisted on it, then he was in the wrong. But according to Jay, this didn't happen. He posted tweets later saying this did not happen and that he said certain things, and then he did do clips and that he did do shorts, and you didn't like the way the views were for him, so you changed your mind. So somebody's flip-flopping here. Somebody's flip-flopping, but regardless, this whole situation is coming out with extra stuff that's not part of the situation because of you.
You got comfortable, Jay.
Now he's being ugly and demeaning.
You got paid to basically sit on your ass. Now, there are times I've made you wait with my terrible time management, and I will own that.
So you calling him lazy.
But again, you stayed. How many times did I give you extra shit, extra money? I'm not talking about the fucking computer throughout the years. When there were times where I wanted to separate ways and be like, man, I'm going my own path, and you would come back with a lower price to stay on.
Do you see how he contradicts himself? He literally just said, you stayed, Jay, and then he would come back with a lower price. Rich, you let him stay.
And you would leak something private?
He didn't leak
Fuck
anything.
you.
He did not leak anything.
Garbage, and you were and then you name yourself ReviewTech Canada, which is not jealousy. But think about this.
That really bugged him.
Think about this. That was kind of the end of things too. I'm like,
so when they split up, ended their business relationship for a day, not even a full day, Jay Hoof rebranded his channel to ReviewTech Canada as a joke. And at the time, you got to remember, according to Jay and according to Rich, all was good. They were friends. So if you were quote unquote good and friends at the time, why does it bug you that he put ReviewTech Canada as a joke? Everybody knows that y'all were associated for 6 years, you say. He only did it as a gag. And a lot of the stuff that he did was just a gag. And you're the one getting your diaper soiled. You're having a rash in your diaper right now over something as stupid as somebody changing their name for a split second. Fucking weird, dude. Weird.
imagine you had, like, granted, I'm not any remotely relevant as him.
Again, he's going to talk about something that has
But
nothing to do with the
someone
situation.
Just said, an editor just said, hey, I'm going to make Linus Tech Tips Europe. I didn't ask.
Not same situation. Not same thing.
Then when you ask them to do work, I'd rather quit than not do it. You did merch. I'll give you that.
You just see how flustered he is right now?
You put out private stuff, Jay.
You put it out.
The best thing I could have done was let you go.
You should have. If he really put like legit stuff out and wasn't doing his job, you should have let him go. You're only saying all this because you're being damaged beyond repair right now. People are making content about you. People are making comments about you. Look at the downvotes on your videos. You're in a tough spot. You're backed in a corner, and it's because of stuff that you've put out, Rich.
The best thing I could have done.
Of course, he has to burp in the middle of this. He can never not like be serious. At least cover your mouth.
He's a fucking snake. Fuck him.
That's venom right there.
You could tell him I said that too. He's a fucking snake.
Within the next day or two, though, he's going to be trying to apologize. He's going to talk to Jay personally, and the cycle's going to repeat. I've already told Jay he needs to stop giving ReviewTech chances. I know it's hard because it's a friend of 6 years, but you need to stop.
Because if he left that shit to me, I wouldn't have made it public.
He didn't make it public. He didn't.
A DM is a DM for a reason.
God, this is DSP levels of shit, guys. Humongously DSP
You
levels.
knew. Dude.
Humongously.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Jay, here's the other thing, too. What? Dude, let's...
Look at this. Look at him.
And I said this to him. I said it here. I went and did it. How many streams did he do? I streamed almost... I used to stream until 2 a.m., when my daughter was in the hospital, and drive my kids in at 7, wake my kids up at 7.
Mm-hmm.
I stream most of the...
Fuck all of us for you doing what you're supposed to do as a dad. You're a father. Of course you need to drive your kids to school, and if you have a job, regardless if it's being a streamer, a content creator, or being a delivery truck driver, a doctor, the guy that flips burgers at McDonald's, good job, Rich. You're doing your point. You're being a good father, and you're doing your job. Good job. What does that have to do with Jay? He's the one that was picking up. It's called picking up slack because he's helping you. Even if he did just one fucking stream during that whole situation, or 2 or 3, whatever, he was doing extra on top of that. He was being paid to be your editor, not your fucking sidekick. You want to talk about how you did extra shit to help out and all this and that? Evidently, Jay did extra shit to help you out too, and you're just throwing it away, calling him a fucking snake and going just completely unhinged. You're fucking weird, dude.
The time, you guys were here to see it.
He can't even...
And Jay tweeted it out publicly. Fuck you,
He
Jay.
didn't tweet shit out except that he was done with you. This guy's the
You're a piece of
biggest...
shit. I can't stand you.
He's a fucking
You're done.
crybaby.
You're garbage. You're a garbage human being for doing that.
Look at that. Garbage human being.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to block him and move on. The real Rich, you don't know. Dude, I treated the guy fantastic for almost 6 fucking years.
People are saying the real Rich. Like, the real Rich is mask off right now. This is like somebody that had a breakup with somebody and then they still continue to be unhinged during it, contacting the person, being happy one second, then being absolutely pissed off the next. It's fucking weird.
Okay? Don't say this is the real Rich. You don't know the whole scenario, okay?
No, we don't know the whole scenario, but you're telling us all, so just continue. None of this is helping him, by the way. None of this. Look at his mannerisms. None of this is helping him.
You don't know it. Yeah, Sexy Coco didn't do shit. This is on Jay's Twitter. Here, I'll show all the fucking...
Now he's saying, okay, fine, I'll show everything.
Single one. Has
right?
nothing to do with drugs, okay?
Somebody just said, lay off the drugs, and Rich just literally said it has nothing to do with drugs. It absolutely has to do with drugs.
Hey, Jay, like, no one's going to look at you in a good light after this. Nobody. Nobody. Who's going to trust you now? Congratulations, dipshit. Who's going to work with you when they're like, man, if I have a fallout with this guy behind the scenes, he's just going to leak everything.
Who's going to trust you, Jay? No, dude, this is making Jay look way better than you. Look at you. Your mannerisms, how wild you're getting right now. He didn't leak anything. He said, Jay said, Rich sent me a whole bunch of terrible messages. I'm done with him. You're the one airing it out. You are the one posting it out there. Just saying. Who's going to want to trust you and work with you because you're just going to post on your Facebook a private status shit talking them, calling them a parasite. And then you're going to accuse all their friends of leaking the shit.
I'm letting it all out now. You could have called me anything you wanted to under the sun.
DSP levels right here, guys.
The only time I ever put a DM out there was because Tommy Tellerico was a lunatic where he said I needed to seek help.
Tommy has nothing to do with this.
Sexy Coco didn't do anything.
He just loses
audio messages. Yeah.
Sexy
audio
Coco.
Messages in a DM that was only meant for him. And
audio messages in a DM that was only meant for him, but let me go ahead and air it out, guys.
He didn't like what I had to say.
Evidently, you didn't like what he had to say either.
Now, Jay, this doesn't make you look good.
Yes, it does. This doesn't make you look good, Rich. This stream doesn't make you look good.
I'll speed it up a little bit because... Can I speed it up?
No, you can't.
What's funny? Of course it won't let me speed it up. Really?
Fumbling again.
What's funny is I'm going to formulate my thoughts here because I've been thinking about it for a while. All the goodwill, all the things that I did, even when you didn't ask me, gave you extra money, gave you different things. Like, say if I
want to say that they're not, because I want to show what they are. You say I let out terrible messages, so let's go. Maybe this is bait to let me put them out there, but here.
Congratulations, you just played yourself. You put them out on yourself. This is 110% have to do with drugs, by the way, because somebody in his chat was saying lay off the drugs, basically, and he says nothing to do with drugs. No, this is paranoid, schizophrenic behavior from somebody that's on drugs.
Extra whatever. Even you can go into the computer if you really want to go into it. I may have brought this up.
Why am I an asshole, CB96? Okay. Why am I an asshole? No.
Somebody sound clip the "Why am I an asshole" from ReviewTech. You can see his audience is clearly turning against him. They're fed up. I've seen so many people say that they've been supporting ReviewTech for years, and now this whole situation is making them unsubscribe and drop out.
Why when I have treated that man like gold for over half a decade and we had one fallout towards the end, am I an asshole?
One fallout, and look how you're acting. You're making him publicly say everything is good. Guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but in public, Jay's saying, hey guys, we're good. We're friends again. We made up. He apologized. And then privately, Rich didn't apologize. Rich is fucking being a dickwad to him, cussing him out, flip-flopping every single day. 1 minute they're good, the next minute they're not. Like, he's essentially being toxic, being one way in public, an opposite way in private. He's the one, after the fallout, fucking everything up. Jay just wanted to split it as reasonably and as easily as possible, saying, hey guys, we're good. That way, Rich could continue doing his thing. You're the one airing this out, Rich. You're the one putting all the dirty laundry out.
Why?
He doesn't get it. This is what a narcissist looks like, all right? And it's sad to see because my interaction publicly with ReviewTech was great. When I met him in 2016, He was so cordial. He recognized me even though I didn't know he knew who the fuck I was. We talked for like a good hour. He was very cordial. And I thought he was a cool guy. Throughout the years, our interactions on the internet were great. But this is showing exactly how unhinged he could be. And I've had my couple shares of meltdowns too, but never like this, to the point where I'm leaking everything that I had a disagreement with somebody. And there's still a half hour on this video that I'm reacting to. Just an FYI.
He got paid in the end. I actually gave him more.
Yeah, so that he's talking about how he did eventually pay what he owed plus some. Okay, good on you for doing that. Good on you for actually paying as a thank you. And if you gave him more, super good on you for that. But quit dangling the carrot over somebody that you've split off with. Move the fuck on.
Man. What issue did I keep pushing? What
issue did you keep pushing? Look at you. 40-minute fucking segment on your stream that you're going off and off and off and off and off about. And leaking audio.
To put things out there that should have stayed private.
Okay.
Sorry.
What are you doing? If it should have stayed private, what are you doing?
Dude, you don't know me, and you don't know the whole situation.
That's fair that nobody knows you in the whole situation, but it doesn't help that you're doing this shit.
No, I didn't. Because I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't right now.
You shouldn't have posted that status on Facebook. The Facebook status is the thing that fucked it up, and how out of control you got over it, accusing me and others of leaking it. The Facebook status, where you called your friend a parasite, is what didn't help. I thought you were okay. Yeah, sure, you're going to get a couple people that were pissed off that you let Jay go. But if you wouldn't have posted that status, you would have been in good shape, decent shape, at least right now.
Thank you. I've told him, like, Jay, we got to go separate ways.
He's scrambling for somebody to support him.
Less. Okay. Jay, I'm not interested really in doing news anymore. You're out of your mind. Why would you do this? CB96, dude, then go. You don't know the whole situation.
He's down talking his audience, by the way. I don't think we're going to get through all this because, honestly, the rest of this video is just the same thing in circles and circles. He refuses to admit that drugs is an issue at one point. He goes on, leaks the rest of the messages. I'll leave the link down below for you guys to watch this. But this is sad to fucking see. ReviewTech, dude, you're the one airing out the dirty laundry. You're the one making a mountain out of a molehill. It was everybody's right to be angry right now. And you're talking to them the way that you're talking to people in your chat, saying, just leave, blah, blah, blah. How am I the asshole? Why am I that? Like, you're going full DarkSidePhil. You're not owning up to much of anything about it being your fault. Yes, it was okay for you to let go of somebody if you didn't need the work and anything like that. Nobody said that. But what happened, what the big issue is how you're handling it, how you're post calling them a parasite, how you're mocking them, how you're just overall just being a fucking unhinged lunatic at this point. You are losing your goddamn mind, Rich. You got to do something. Get off the internet, take a break, apologize to everybody, do something, because this ain't it. This is not it. And it's sad to see. I'm going to leave it right here, guys, because we're already 40 minutes in. We still have like another half hour of the unhinged meltdown from the Snort Hogan channel. So I'll leave the link there if you guys can watch it. If anything extra pops up off of this, we'll talk about it. Just honestly, this whole situation's a fucking mess.